Does anybody have a couch that I may or may not be able to crash on tonight? Because there ain't a haystack's chance in Hades that I'm going to get to go home tonight. It ain't happening. I did it. It's my fault. I'm sorry. She's mad, but it's my fault. And it wasn't even 100% my fault, though. It was a little bit of hers, too, because she was there. But at the same time, I don't feel like I should get the blame for it. Let me tell y'all what happened, because this is bad. She's mad. So, it just so happens this weekend that I just so happen to be going up to my damn buddy's house up in Warrior, Alabama to go fish Lake Guntersville. Now, I'm going to fish with Mr. Gerald Swindle, who just so happens to be a 16-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. Now, my last thing on my to-do list in this whole world is to get out there with him on camera and the first cast of the day just bird nest the hell out of a bait caster. That ain't on my to-do list. No, never have. So I ain't gonna do that. So I woke up and got me a plan this morning. I woke up and went there and fixed coffee. Now, right around the time that the damn aroma of the coffee started protruding through the house, I got an idea. I said, I need to go fishing today and kind of tune up on my skills. So I run back in the bedroom and I look at Sarah. And I say, Sarah back? She said, yes. I said, come on, I'm going fishing. Now, she's a country girl and you ain't got to hit her in the face with a wet mop to get her to go fishing. So we loaded up and we were ready to rock and headed toward the boat ramp. Now, we get down to the boat ramp early in the morning. Good time, because I'm throwing a top water plug with treble hooks. I'm finna wax their ice. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, going pretty good for a couple hours. Then the morning bite kind of starts to kind of fizzle out and, you know, she gets bored like all women do. So she just tells me, but she don't want to go home. She just don't want to fish no more. So she says, babe, I'm going to lay out on the back of the boat right here. But what did I tell you? Now, what she had told me was about, she ain't said it but like 2 or 3 dozen times today. What she had told me was that I don't need to set that hook in her direction because I'd done that a couple times. And one of them went right past her earlobe, almost pierced her second hole. And the next one went right across her leg. And if that plug would have been turned around, it would have been bad for everybody, mainly me. So she just flat out told me, she said, Zach, don't do that. Yes, ma'am. Men, has your woman ever told you, Zach, don't do that? 10 seconds later, you do it anyway? Completely out of it. I'm talking about innocent. Just not even your fault, none. Just a plain reaction. Well, I want to set the picture for y'all. Now, I am fishing on the front of this boat, working on my skills. And I am, at this point, convinced, because if I'd have shit today, it wouldn't have stunk. That's how good of a day I'm having on my casting. I have hit every blade of grass. I hit a blade of grass at 60 yards with a top water plug, and I could have dragged this image all the way back to the boat, you know, straight line. I'm talking about I could have done anything you have one of them days. So at this point in my mind, I'm thinking I really don't need to listen to Sarah Bear right now because I'm basically a pro bass fisherman. Like Van Dam and Iconelli and G-Man just need to go ahead and put me on the tour. Anyway, that's not what happened. So about the 3rd or 4th cast after she starts laying out, I'm distracted because I have a beautiful woman in a bikini on the back of my boat. I no longer give a shit about this fish. But I am working on my casting, and I'm still convinced that I'm the best bass fisherman in the entire universe because I hit a blade of grass every time that I was aiming at. Now, I may or may not have been taking mental pictures on the back of the boat when the whole damn world came to an end on my lure coming out of this ditch mouth. And it was an initial reaction, and I set the hook in her direction. Now, about the time that because he was big. If he wasn't 10 pounds, he wasn't an ounce. I'm talking about he was a damn fine stud bass. Biggest one I've seen in this part of the country in a long time. And when I set the hook and I realized that the lure just shot out of the water and I didn't have him, I went to cussing. And I went to cussing like a 2-day home sailor. I'm talking about I was getting after it. Apparently, I could not hear her hollering at me over my own cussing because I was mad I missed the fish. What I should have been doing is being more concerned at the fact that when that lure come out, and I set this hook hard as hell, I put the Thor's hammer down on this damn hook set, and that lure come toward the back of that boat quick. But I am a professional bass fisherman in my mind, not reality, so I did not think that it actually hit her. What I failed to realize is that my girlfriend is standing up, hollering at me with my topwater plug hanging out of the left side of her titty, and she is more mad at me right now than she's ever been in her whole life. You notice I'm in this truck by myself. That's because she would not ride with me to go get it removed, so she done got in her car and hauled ass, and I'm trying to get back down there to the hospital to make sure that she ain't divorcing me on the way down there. Like I said, I might not, she gonna cool off. It wasn't even it was a reaction. It was like a 10-pounder. Shit. She'll forgive me.